Now, you just saw me talk about all these other essential oils. You know I'm geeky excited about the essential oils. They're amazing. But this outsells our essential oils for a reason. It's because it works. So I want to show you what each one of these is. So what you're going to get when you order the LifeLong Vitality is you're going to get this box that has 3 bottles in it. And it's going to cover all of your daily needs as an adult. Okay, so this is, and then I'm going to show you what the doses are too. So your first product is going to be VNZ. So this is your vitamin and mineral mix. Okay, so this one is going to give you 12 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. And this one is going to just give your body real energy from nutrition. But let me tell you a little bit about the vitamins and minerals. They come from whole food sources, which means they're coming from broccoli, cauliflower, things that your body knows what to do with, okay? I have a friend on our team who works for the power plant, and he they had to go take care of something at the sewer treatment center. And when they were there, it was amazing because he said he saw these people going by with wheelbarrows. They're just going by with their wheelbarrows, okay? And he asked them, what are they doing? Like, what is all that stuff? And the guy says, oh, those are supplements. He said, every 9 months, all of our containment units must be stripped down because they get 2 feet deep full of supplements and nothing can pass through them. And then he said, look, you can even still see the stamp. And in my head, I'm a germaphobe, so I'm thinking, please have gloves on. So he's showing them, you can still see the stamp of this company, of who these supplements are from. And so my friend went home and did some research, and he said, wow, that's a lot, because if you think about it, it went through somebody's digestive system. It sat in that goo for 9 months, and it still has not broken down. Why? This is 9 months. This is one city, and it's not like a huge metropolis. It's one city, so how could this be? And so here's what he discovered, was that so many of those supplements are hard packed together that they become a rock. And so your body can't break it down, and it just passes through. He also discovered that a lot of these supplements are actually ground up rocks and minerals. Last time I checked, we don't eat rocks and things like that. We eat food. So it makes sense that our vitamins should come from food, things that our bodies know what to do with. So I want to show you what a daily dose looks like. And so I put a daily dose in my container. I pour it into the lid, and then I just walk around the room and let them see so they can see the sizes. Now, here's that objection, right? So I just show them, so see, they're just a small size. They're not big horse pills or anything. But this is 12 servings of fruits and vegetables. I mean, that's huge for me to be able to get that much in there and that it's not one giant horse pill. So there's the first one. Our second one is our Z Omega. So this is your land and sea omegas, okay? So this is what's really going to be helpful for your heart, your brain, just all sorts of good stuff. So in here, you're going to get, like I said, pomegranate seed oil and fish oil, all sorts of good stuff, but it's completely deodorized. So don't worry, you're not going to burp up fishy burp smell first thing in the morning after breakfast, right? There's also 9 essential oils in here, so you're going to get a daily dose of frankincense. So remember how I talked earlier about frankincense is amazing for your brain and for your heart and just for your whole body from head to toe. And remember earlier I talked about clove is the strongest antioxidant on the planet, and nothing even comes close to that, right? So you're going to get daily doses of all those plus tummy taming blends in here every day. And so I want to show you what a daily dose is, okay? So this is what you're going to take every day. So there's just 4, see how they're like really tiny soft gels? No big deal. But you see how they're that bright crimson red color? That's because, has anyone in here ever heard of krill oil? Everybody usually says, oh yeah, right? And I let them know, well, we don't need the krill, we just need what they eat so that we can get that. And then what we do is we put that algae out in glass tubes, out in the desert of Israel, out in the sun, and it just bakes in the sun. And that's what turns it that really bright red color and turns it into a super antioxidant, okay? So when we're talking about antioxidant, I didn't used to know what that meant, but I started to understand a little bit more when we talked about rust. And it's like our bodies are rusting from the inside out. So anti-rust, if I want to think of it that way. But let me show you the hero of them all, and that would be this one right here, Alpha CRS. And you know what? I get this phone call all the time after every class about maybe 4 to 5 weeks later, I always get this phone call from somebody that says, oh my gosh, I know what alpha CRS means. Can't remember stuff. Because the brain fog lifts, right? So I can't remember stuff, and that's the clean version of what I hear. I hate to say that. This is your powerhouse. This is going to be the one that is going to help you feel like amazing. Amazing. So all 3 of these together, you want to take all of them together because they're all going to work cohesively. Okay, so you want all 3. And let me show you the dose of alpha CRS that you know this one, because these ones are really little too, and there's just 4 of them, no big deal. Okay, so you're just going to take that every day. And we're going to take this every morning. You can also take it at lunch if you need to break it up into 2 sessions. But I do recommend that you don't take it after 2 p.m. because what I've personally found with me and a lot of other people is that if you take it after 2 p.m., you don't sleep very good. So just remember to try to take it early in the day. So if you want to take it all first thing in the morning, great. And if there's anybody in here that doesn't know how to swallow pills, I can show you a very easy trick. And then I show them this. I say you just get a drink of water in your mouth. You put some of them, whatever you're comfortable with starting, then you work up to like mega dose, you know, like a champ. So you just start with a little dose. You got water in your mouth, put it in. You bend over and tuck your chin in. And when you do that, it floats on up and through to the other side. And you don't have to try to swallow, okay? And I tell everybody, honestly, if there's people that can't swallow pills, we know, and if they can swallow food, that it's something mentally hanging them up. Because if you can swallow food, that's bigger than this, most often. Okay, so I love to share stories, so let me show you this next beautiful PowerPoint slide. Okay, so, and I wish I had this at my classes, was this PowerPoint, okay? Because this is how a lot of people feel. A lot of people feel rusty, run down, beat up by life, or aging, right? So I grew up in Michigan. They salt the roads in the wintertime. Woohoo! They salt the roads in the wintertime, and this is what happens to your car if you don't take care of it. You start getting, and we call those rust buckets. So for those of you that don't live in an area where it eats up your car, that's what a rust bucket looks like, okay? And that's what it means. So I found it interesting. So my stepdad always taught me that you have to spray that salt off your car all the time. Like you have to be proactive and on it and give it a good cleanse. Just a quick rinse is great, and you got to inspect it. And he said rust never starts where you see it. It always starts where you don't see it. So you got to check under the door, you got to check behind the bumper, under the car. That's where you're going to start to see the rust forming. And if you see it forming, you got to nip it in the bud, because it will get out of control and take over like this. And by the time you see it, it's been there for a long time and it's been doing a lot of damage. Now remember what I said earlier, is that we're rusting from the inside out, right? So what we have to do is take that same advice, is just give it a quick cleanse, just something gentle, just rinse that rust, like get that salt, get that stuff that's making the oxidation happen out. And you get to decide, do you want to be a rust bucket rolling down the street? Or do you want to be that same vehicle, maybe we're aging a little bit, right? But looking and feeling amazing rolling down the street. But ultimately, you get to decide. And this is what's going to help you roll down the street feeling amazing. And it's money back guaranteed. You get 30 days. You can take full dose every day, 30 days. And if you are not impressed, return it. Get your money back. Okay? So you can, you should be expecting more energy and less pain. Okay? You're guaranteed more energy, less pain by taking this. But there's no stimulants. There's no stimulants. And remember how I said earlier about taking it early in the day? It's not because of stimulants that you won't sleep well. And I always ask my audience, who in here has juiced before? You always have at least one person, if not most of them, will say, I've juiced. And do you get energy from juicing? Uh-huh. Are there stimulants in there? You're not adding stimulants in there. So it helps them to understand that they're going to have more energy by feeding themselves something really good, but they also need to be smart about it. Okay? So did you pick up on some of the things that I use as far as beating them to the punch? Okay? Because I don't, thank you. So we talked about too many pills, right? You talked about money, but I didn't mention money. I built value. Do you know how much people spend on Red Bull and all that other stuff, coffee, all the time, in order to be able to have more energy? But they're increasing their pain at the same time. And then they're crashing later, right? So when you build that value, the money issue starts to go down and down and down, because by the end of the class, I will tell you, every single one of my classes, they all come up asking me, I just need to know how I get on the loyalty rewards and how I get those things, the supplement thingies, the pills, right? And I'm like, you mean lifelong vitality? And I love that, and that the oils are secondary. So that's gonna build you high retention rate. You know what, I have more slides. So that's what 12 servings looks like, right? We're gonna keep going. I did not cover this, but this is something I say in every class when I'm on my omegas. Okay, so omegas. What's the #1 killer of women? Somebody shout it out. Heart disease. Do you know most women do not know that? Usually they stare at me and then they'll say breast cancer, and I'm like, nope, heart disease. So then I remind them how important it is to be proactive. Don't wait until you have heart disease to do something about it. Stay healthy. And I tell them a good, clean fish oil is very important to keeping your cardiovascular system nice and clean and healthy. So see how that also builds value? They're thinking ahead. You're getting them to think more proactive. Okay, so we're going to skip a couple slides here. Like I said, I'm not a PowerPoint person. So we talked about that worry-free guarantee. I really want you to get good at this, because this is very important. This will also help take away any fears of spending the money, is that they have 30 days to try it, and if they're not happy with it, they can get their money back. And I always warn them. I always chuckle and smile and snicker a little bit, and I'm like, but just so you know, you probably won't want to return it, because you'll probably be like, I'm never living without these again. And that just secures it even more. It helps them to feel even more comfortable and confident. So thank you so much, and I just want everybody to go home and say, I learned the secret sauce, and it is, you got it. Thank you.